p.m. on REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM. That's The Healing Process, Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM. Let the healing process begin.
Okay, this is the healing process for today, dear ones. When it comes to problems, predicaments and crises, bereavement and grief, wisdom says, in the multitude of counselors, there is always safety. Don't sit around sucking your thumb until that chassis is on the road. The earlier you seek help, the shorter and easier it will be, because there will be less of a mess to deal with, of course. Now, contrary to popular notion, counseling is not just for crazy people. It's for anyone who can benefit from an outside objective expert perspective to help them enjoy their little lives to the fullest. I am Dr. Phil, and with me, my beloved Clarissa.
And together, folks, we send greetings, starting right here in St. Lucia, to our friends in the diaspora and across the globe at large. It may be good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We welcome you. We thank you for taking the time, whether you're listening at home, at work, whether you're commuting in your vehicle, or even lying in a hospital bed. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Our desire, as always, is simple yet profound. We would really like to touch your life in a meaningful way.
That's right.
And we are here to offer you the tools, to tell you the truth, and to encourage you. And hopefully that will help you live your life to the fullest. Yes. Now this morning we continue on the topic, the psychology of connection, and the focus is why we need each other. So folks, stay with us, stay engaged, and let's begin the healing process together.
That's right. Before we go any further, Claire, let's remember Curleen. Let's give her a little shout out. I haven't heard from you for a little while, Curleen. And I want to say hello to Mr. Dujon from Marsha. And, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Spencer, my dear friends. If you're listening to us, good morning to you. And we're wishing you all the best. This morning we continue the topic, the psychology of connection, why we need each other. So, dear listeners, we cherish you being with us.
Yes.
And we're saying that with all our hearts. We need you just like you need us. No one to listen. There's no need for Clarissa and I to be on the media this morning. So stay with us, stay engaged, and let's begin the healing process. And don't forget, at the end of our discourse, we are hoping that you would call us and let us know what stood out for you. That's very important for our sponsors. They want to know that our people, and of course those in the diaspora and the world at large, but people are benefiting from that program they're investing in. It's very important. We just don't want to be on the air for being their sake. Of course, the radio station need the dollars to pay their staff members. Don't forget that. And we see to it that we do just that, and we're hoping that others do the same thing. Remember that we have to support one another. But all in all, we want to know that the material is beneficial to you. Now, here's some thought-provoking words for all of us. Alone, we survive. But together, we as a community thrive. Because the truth is, We are each other's missing pieces, according to Claire.
That's right.
Think about it. A single puzzle piece is just cardboard, or maybe plastic. But lock it into the bigger picture and suddenly it's art. One drum beat, and I can relate to that, Claire, because I love music. One drum beat is noise, and I played the drums. But add the band, and you've got music, sound that is regular and constant. Life isn't meant to be a solo act. No, 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 indeed. It's a jam session. I like that. A team sport, a dance floor where the magic happens only when we move together. Just imagine you dancing with your partner and you're in one direction, you're taking off in one direction, and the other person in another direction. This is supposed to be a waltz. That wouldn't work out, would it? We don't just need each other to get by. People, we need each other to make life worth living. Now, there's a difference between needing the uniqueness in each other and our bad behavioral patterns. We can do without that. You can get help for that. Persons can keep away from our labile behavior patterns, unhealthy behavioral patterns that does not help others enjoy their life to the fullest.
And that's what makes us unique, because of our own uniqueness. That's what makes life interesting, how unique we are and different. And sometimes instead of appreciating each other's uniqueness,
Yes.
we criticize, we compare, we judge, we want them to be like us. It's not going to happen.
Could you imagine the landscape of flowers, tulips, yellow, green, red, dappled, and each one quarreling, I wish I was yellow. That would sort of dampen this beautiful landscape and our interest in it. So it is with the human landscape. Different temperament types, and we need that to make life interesting.
That's
and
right.
It adds to the dynamic of life, the dynamics of life anyway. So psychologists explain this truth. Loneliness raises stress and harms physical health, while connection strengthens resilience, lowers anxiety, and even helps us live longer. Now, we had a story last week. We're not going to go over it. But this story shows that sometimes what heals us most isn't medicine or achievement. Remember, this discovery is what gives what we call placebos their value. If that wasn't true, then we would be fooling people, although that's what we're doing. We're giving them a false tablet, a neutral tablet, with the hope that they would think that's the real thing. And psychologically, it works, because many people, they recovered after ingesting placebos.
Without their knowledge.
Without their knowledge. So Anna's story shows that sometimes what heals us most isn't medicine or achievement. It's simply another person sitting beside us, reminding us we are not alone. According to the Center for Disease, that's important, Disease Control, CDC, and World Health Organization, WHO, there are risks associated with loneliness and benefits associated with connection. I explained that further with the fact that at the mental institutions, persons who make the best progress are those associated with a doctor, a nurse who takes care of them, take some time to speak with them. Those remaining in catatonic form, just standing in a corner by themselves, they make the least progress. So one of the risks of loneliness is that it is comparable to smoking. We went through that. 15 cigarettes a day in terms of health impact. One of the benefits of connection is that people with strong social ties live up to 7 years longer on an average. CDC, WHO. So be slow to make enemies, people listening to me. It's very difficult for me to make enemies. If I have enemies I don't know, I smile for people before they even say anything to me. That's a human being breathing the same air as I do. And they would have to tell me that they have something against me before I presume. So I'm not being presumptuous by saying everybody likes me. That would be very presumptuous. But I don't know of any enemies. So in short, we can say that loneliness erodes health by amplifying stress and disease risk, while connection acts like medicine, boosting resilience, lowering anxiety, and strengthening both body and mind. Now, not forgetting faith, which echoes this truth. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says, "Two are better than one. If one falls, the other can help him up." I just don't understand why some people in the United States of America would go rock climbing alone, very, very far from civilization, alone.
That's true.
And we had a very heart-wrenching documentary about this guy. He took his bike and he went rock climbing, and he slipped, fell in a crevice, and a rock trapped his hand. And he stayed there days. He had to drink his urine. The mistake, he didn't say to anybody, "I'm going rock climbing and I'm going in that area. If you don't see me after a day or two, I'm hoping to come back after a day or two." He stayed there until he had to literally cut his hand, part of his hand there. So folks, we need each other. Wisdom says so, and you know it for yourself. Be slow to make enemies. Be slow to make enemies, and very quick to make friends. Claire, I'll leave it for you up to this part, this portion.
Okay, well, the last time we began a building project.
Yes.
Remember? Not the kind that uses bricks and mortar, but one that builds connection. So let's explore together the practical tools we'll need for strengthening and building meaningful connection. We dealt with block number 1, and it was active listening.
Yes.
Now, there's a study in 2007, the University of Arizona reported that men and women both average 16,000 words per day, debunking the stereotype that women are much more talkative.
Claire, we'll have to continue the debate.
But there's updated research, 2025, newer, larger studies, where women ages 25 to 64 speak 3,275 more words per day.
There we go. That's
so that's 16,000 plus than men, which equals about 20 extra minutes of talking daily.
Well, that would depend on the research sample, and this one is a longitudinal research sample, so it would more reflect the truth
Yes.
of what's on the ground.
But what about nowadays? We text a lot. We send messages. We
Yes.
don't actually speak.
That still would apply
It's
there.
communicating, but it's not like
Communicating.
verbal communication.
Yes, but the female is actually putting into textual form what they would have said verbally anyway. So they dispense more than men on a daily basis, text or otherwise.
So what's the difference? I'm explaining something to you, and I use like 5 paragraphs. Women, we normally do that. We explain in detail, but men, y'all don't do that. Just straight to the point.
Yes.
No time for that.
Some men, huh?
Some men, yes. Some men. So other age ranges, childhood and late adulthood, word counts are nearly identical between the genders. So ladies, you will agree that we speak more. And we always find ourselves in environments where we can have, we can be encouraged to speak. Like you go to the hairdresser, there's a lot of talk going on.
But as you're quite aware, Claire, women build relationships by speaking.
Yes.
And men in competition.
And connecting, they would
Yes.
quickly call or send a message to a female friend.
Yes.
If they're going through some problems, if they're going through some emotional stress. So we dealt with block number 1, and today...
On the other hand, a friend, my friend would just, "I want to run something by you." And in a few sentences, they would tell you, one lady would show much more, the female would show much more emotion. "I'd like to speak with you." They would cry, then They'd empathize with one another.
So the men need to understand. If a lady friend calls and sharing something, you need to give your wife or your significant other enough time to listen to the person. Don't think
Yes.
that you're on the phone for too long.
Yeah.
Because, women, we speak more.
And
right?
don't passive aggressively look up in the sky, moving the phone away, pointing to it. Women generally, they dispense more words in conversation than men.
Okay, so today we'll discuss block number 2, that's empathy. Seeking to understand before being understood. Empathy means putting yourself in someone else's shoes. That's
Not
what it
literally,
means.
yeah?
Well, I'm a 6.5. I don't think
My,
Lady J would fit into mine.
how are you so sure about that?
9.5.
Oh,
Okay, so listening and trying to grasp the feelings before rushing to share your own. Now, we spoke about that in detail last time.
Okay.
It's the practice of understanding first and responding second. So you need to make sure you understand what the person is saying. So let's see what empathy looks like in everyday life. At home, your spouse comes home frustrated after work. Instead of saying, "You think your day was bad? Mine was worse." So here you go. The person is trying to tell you about their day. And your response is, "You think your day was bad? Mine was worse." So what should you do? You should pause and ask, "Tell me, what happened today?" And this shows you care about the experience before sharing yours. So you allow them to speak. And after they speak, after they finish sharing, after you respond, if there's the opportunity to share your experience, then you can come in, but not while they are sharing theirs. Now, when it comes to children, a child says, "I don't want to go to school." So what's the response for the parent or the caregiver? Instead of replying, "Stop complaining," you can ask the child, "Can you tell me what makes school hard today?"
oh, what happened at school today, sweetheart?
Is there a reason you don't want to go to school today? That way you seek to understand their feelings before correcting them or advising them. So they feel that you heard them, they feel that you care, you understand. What about at work? A colleague misses a deadline. So instead of jumping straight to criticism, you can ask, was there something that made it difficult to finish on time? So right away, this opens the door to understanding challenges before offering solutions. And who knows, the person may have had a valid reason for not completing a task, and there you are judging.
But Claire and I, we are qualified to share this with you because we were there once. Remember, we were not always where we are now.
That's right.
Remember that. We're not perfectionists trying to impress you with a perfect life. We were there, we learned that this does not really help. There's no advantage in being the opposite. So we had to learn. And now we can share with you because we experience, or I experience in the benefit, especially I'm soon to hit the 70. I don't know how much more I have.
And these are everyday situations that affect the relationship
Yes.
and can cause us to drift away from each other rather than bonding with each other. Because if your friend, whether it's at home or whether it's your child, whether it's at work, whether it's with a friend, that person will realize that you are interested in them as a person, not just maybe interested in what you can get from them, but what you can get from what you can give to them. So what about a friend who cancels your plans? You have plans with your friend, and last minute the friend calls and says, "I can't make it." And instead of saying, "You always bail on me,"
That would be gross generalization. Yeah.
You always. And if you check yourself, the friend doesn't always bail on you. Maybe it just happened a few times. But instead of saying that, you could ask the question, "Is everything okay?" First, find out.
What happened?
Yes, there
That's
must
not
be
like
a
you.
reason. Yeah. You show concern for the situation before expressing your disappointment. But most times we have the tendency to show our disapproval, show our disgust, show our disappointment, whatever it is, first, rather than finding out from the person. It's a natural response, right? It's not the correct one,
No.
but most times it's the natural response. So here are some things that empathy is not. It's not interrupting with your own story before hearing theirs. It's not dismissing their feelings with phrases like "you overreacting." When you tell somebody they're overreacting, somebody reacts to a situation, you should not just jump to conclusions and tell a person they're overreacting, because you just don't know what's going on through their minds at the moment. Whatever that situation is that is causing them to react, in your mind they're overreacting, but you don't know what's going on in the brain,
On the other hand,
what mental challenge they may have.
what is a crisis for one? It's not a crisis for the other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
different temperament types.
Yes. So giving advice before understanding the problem. Could you imagine you going to a doctor and the doctor gives you a prescription, you just started speaking, and the doctor starts writing a prescription and you have not even finished explaining
This one is psychic.
what the problem is, why you came to the doctor. And I think when I was a little girl, I used to hear about this doctor. As soon as the patient walked in, he would start writing a prescription. And well, I won't mention names, but he persons were saying that about him. And in those days there were not many doctors available, so
Right.
a number of persons would go to him. Maybe he figured, well, everybody who comes to me, they have the flu or something.
But they have no proof of that, because sometimes they would be writing the date and stuff like that, and maybe that's what people saw. Maybe there was a flu around and the number of persons coming, and
The same
maybe he could have
symptoms.
recognized the symptoms.
Maybe you can just look at your face and know what's wrong. Who knows? So giving advice before understanding the problem and assuming you know what they mean without asking questions.
Could you imagine you walking into Dr. D's office, as usual, every 6 months, and this time you have a new issue and you just look at you, and you assume he start writing and he gives you a prescription. How would you feel?
No, but he normally starts writing, but you're right.
There we go.
He's writing information, normal information.
Right.
But he's listening. And he's asking questions. How have you been doing since I last saw you? Do you have any complaints?
Yes.
Is anything hurting? Is there anything unusual that you experience?
Right.
So questions like that to prompt you to answer questions that what he wants to find out.
But if Dr. D just writes a prescription, and when you look at it,
Well, he'll write because I'm on the same medication. So when I go to see him, he's going to write the same prescription, because for the past 5 years, I've been on this medication for my heart.
no, I don't think so, because remember they regulated depending on feedback from your tests. So I would be very much.
We've
yes.
been through that, and now we're at a stage where he has determined this is the right dosage for me.
Good, but still for that I would be
It can change.
tentative. Yes, something
yes,
can happen.
change.
Yeah.
So we can safely say empathy is about slowing down, listening deeply, and showing others that their feelings matter. When we seek to understand first, we build trust, we reduce conflict. That's so true.
Yes.
Because if you don't understand, or sometimes you think you hear something, is that true? Sometimes you think you heard a person said something, and when there's a conflict over that, and at the end of the road you realize, oh my, that's not what the person said at all.
We have been there, haven't we?
Yes, you hear something and it's not what the person said at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you, instead of trying to understand exactly what the person is saying so that you can avoid the conflict as a result, well, we have to learn. And you listeners, you may think that these are minor issues, but these are issues that breaks relationships.
I think they're quite aware of that.
Yes.
Quite a number of the listeners they know exactly what we're speaking about. They have been there, just like us.
Let's speak about the little foxes that spoil the grapes.
Yes.
Yes. These are little things that can, over time, if you do not address it, you will come to a point in your life where you wonder, what happened to my relationship? Why has it deteriorated to that stage? But I thought everything was okay. But these little things that keep piling up one on top of the other, and we don't attend to it, it's going to escalate and blow up.
Yeah, they started piling while they were courting, going out, they're not living together, to buy bell, sex, nice, according to them. And they have no time to focus on the little details, the little uniqueness of each other until they're sleeping in the same room now, getting up from the same bed. Then they realize, hey, that one snores.
But they see that signs. We do see that signs and we ignore it.
During that phase.
Shakespeare said, love is blind and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that they themselves commit. That's what Shakespeare said. And it's a fact that we see things while we're courting, but we overlook it. We do not bring it to the person's attention at the time. And then, don't forget, my husband always says, the same person you bring to the altar is the person that will be with you at breakfast next morning. Right?
For sure.
So you need to address, and that's why counseling is so important before going into a serious relationship.
Yes.
It's important because the person themselves may be behaving in that particular way as a result of some past trauma. Maybe abuse, whatever type of abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse, you name it. And they are behaving, and the behavior is not the root problem, but they have not dealt with the root problem, so it's manifesting itself in their behavior.
Yes.
And if overlooked, and you get into your marriage with these issues, you're looking for trouble.
And friends and close family members keep on giving them solutions for the symptoms.
Yes.
And they are not focusing on the root problem.
Call the studio at 572-9710 or WhatsApp 287-0971. Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio. The REV-UP St. Lucia.
So Claire, let's continue with...
Let's have some role play. So I'm coming home, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm coming from work, and I speak. You're right there. So here goes. I can't believe how stressful today was. My boss kept piling one task after the other on me, and I feel like I was drowning.
You want me to play the role part of a nice, sweet guy? Or?
I don't know. Be yourself.
That really sounds overwhelming, Claire. What part of the day felt the most disruptive or challenging for you?
Well, it was nearing closing time, and I have to pick up my son from school, and that boss just kept bringing work for me to do.
I can see why you do feel drained, Claire. You've been under a lot of pressure lately.
Exactly. I just feel like no matter how much I do, it's never enough.
That must be frustrating, isn't it? You're working so hard and it feels like it's never going to be recognized. Is that it? But I'm here for you, sweetheart. Do you want to talk more about it or just relax together?
Oh, I think I just want to relax.
Okay. No sex?
No sex, just relax.
Oh, we tickled. We really did tickle, Lady J.
I was not expecting that.
This is everyday life.
Yes, I just want to chill, okay? Just chill.
Oh, Dr. Phil, all right. I was not expecting that to jump in there.
Okay.
So, folks, notice how the listener, as Dr. Phil, he didn't interrupt or jump in with his own story. He asked clarifying questions, reflected feelings back. That sounds overwhelming. That's what he said. That must be frustrating. That's what he said. And he offered support without rushing to give advice.
That's right.
Or just a little practical example. So we have another example of empathy, this time in a relationship. A couple at home another couple at home after a long day, not us this time.
Good.
So partner A, I feel like you don't appreciate how much I do around the house. I'm exhausted. Partner B, showing empathy. I hear you. It sounds like you're feeling worn out and unappreciated. So he pauses and makes eye contact and listens without interrupting. Can you please tell me which part of the day felt the hardest? So partner A responds, honestly, juggling work and then coming home to cook and clean just feels so overwhelming. Partner B, the empathy continues. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You've been carrying a lot and it must be heavy. I want to understand better. What would help lighten the load for you?
There we go.
It's $1 million question.
Yes.
What would help lighten the load for you?
Remember, folks, at the end of the day, we will be asking you what stood out for you to make sure that you were listening. And there is a big bonus, 200 smackaroos for calling us. That's for the first 5 callers. So please stay tuned as Claire continues.
Yes, so notice how partner B didn't dismiss or defend themselves because it's 2 of us in the house. How he or she reflected feelings back. You feeling worn out and unappreciated. That's what the person was feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asking clarifying questions to understand more and offering support by asking what would help instead of rushing to fix or argue. So this shows empathy in relationships, seeking to understand before being understood. So we had block number 1, active listening, block number 2, empathy. Now we come to block number 3, consistency. Now in speaking about consistency, we must remember that trust isn't built in a single moment. Okay? Trust isn't built in a single moment. It grows slowly, like bricks laid one by one. Remember, we're on a building project. So consistent small acts of kindness show reliability, care, and respect. Over time, these actions reassure others that you are dependable and safe to open up to. Let's just go quickly through some everyday examples. At home, regularly saying thank you when your spouse cooks or helps with chores. So when I say, but she knows she has to cook, what I have to say thank you for? A little thank you. When it's extremely nice.
No, it doesn't have to be extremely nice.
No, well, she puts in a lot of effort and something extremely nice on the table instead of the everyday chicken and rice.
Well, then that should be an extremely thank you.
Yes. Checking in with your child each night. How was your day? These small, repeated gestures show love and attentiveness. When it comes to friendships now, sending a quick text, just saying, thinking of you today, or remembering important dates like their birthdays is important. Offering help with small things like picking up groceries when you know they're tired or feeling unwell. At work, greeting colleagues with a smile each morning. Doesn't matter how the person reacts. It's how you react, how you act. That's important.
You want to make
a statement
about yourself. You're responsible for that. Somebody made a statement about himself. It's your turn.
Yes. Like you come into the work environment, a group of persons, you say good morning. If only one responds, so be it.
You made a statement about yourself.
Yes. Following through on promises, even small ones, like you tell somebody, I'll call you back, and you don't call back. We're speaking about consistency here. Or sharing notes, or following through on little promises that you make. And of course, Saying hello to the neighbors when it comes to the community. Say hello to your neighbors. Hold the door open for somebody. Offer a helping hand. Volunteer your time, even if it's just once a month. You can show that you care. Know your neighbors, because if something happens, your house on fire, you know there's a neighbor that will run for you.
This is our practice. We know the people in our neighborhood. And again, as a pastor, I cannot just pass people.
Yes.
We exchange numbers in case something is wrong in the area. So this is a good thing to do. You might not like the behavior of some of the neighbors, but that does not say that you should not say hello to them.
Be consistent in showing kindness. So here's what breaks trust. Being kind only when it's convenient to you, but unreliable when it really matters. That's what breaks trust. Making promises but not keeping them. Showing warmth one day and you're indifferent the next. Inconsistency makes people unaware of your intentions. So consistency in kindness is powerful because it proves that you care, not occasionally or accidentally. It's part of who you are, right? Over time, these small acts create a foundation of trust that can withstand challenges. So if you continue, people will know who you are. Somebody can vouch for you. No. I don't really think Phil did that. To me, it doesn't align with what I know of him. The consistency. So kindness is like watering a plant. Think of trust like a plant in your garden. You don't grow a healthy plant by pouring a bucket of water in it once and then forgetting about it, do you? Instead, you water it regularly, a little at a time, day after day.
Right up my alley.
So small acts is equal to daily watering. Saying thank you, checking in, keeping promises, these are like drops of water. They may seem small, but they keep the relationship alive and growing. Now, consistency is equal to steady growth. Just as the plant thrives when it's cared for consistently,
that's right.
People thrive when kindness is steady. Over time, those small acts build deep roots of trust.
There we go.
What about inconsistency? It's equal to withering. Think of the plant, withering. So small acts, daily watering. Consistency, steady growth. But inconsistency, withering. If you water a plant only once in a while, it dries up. It will.
Especially when the plant is showing symptoms of, I need water. I need urea.
Yes, I need a little more.
I need a little more. You see the leaves yellowing. The same way you notice somebody who's usually smiling. The countenance is dropped. Person is very sad.
Yes.
They are saying to you, I need a little water here.
Yes. So if you water a plant only once in a while, it dries up. In the same way, kindness that comes and goes leaves people unsure whether they can rely on you or not.
Especially at home, huh?
Yes. Well, at home, showing appreciation, especially when it matters. At work, following through on small promises, like sending the email you said you would send. Like with friends, checking in on them, even if there's no crisis. A simple, how are you today, keeps the bond strong. So the lesson here for us as we come to a close is that trust grows through consistent kindness, just like a plant grows through consistent watering. So the psychology of connection, folks, why we need each other, shows us that these habits deepen bonds, and faith shows us as we reflect Christ's love. Let's just give you a gentle reminder of the building blocks: active listening, empathy, and consistency. So as we conclude today's program, remember, active listening opens the door. Empathy steps inside, and consistency cements the bond. Remember, it's building blocks. Together, these building blocks, they don't just create connection, they forge trust, intimacy, and relationship that can stand the test of time.
Reinforce that again, Claire, as we conclude. Yeah.
Yes, active listening opens the door.
Yes.
Empathy steps inside.
I like that.
And consistency cements the bond. Together, these building blocks don't just create connection, they forge trust, intimacy, and relationships that can stand the test of time.
There we go. Now it's time to go to the lines. And remember, you should be looking at 572-9710. Write that down, 572-9710. And the WhatsApp, 287-0971. That's 287-0971. Now today we won 40. Don't forget the first 5 goes into the box, but we would want you to continue. Apart from telling us what stood out for you, which is very important in the beginning, you can share with us. And we think there was a dear lady who wanted to share something with us. You can also call us. So who's going to be the first one? Remember, today is the draw day, is it, Claire?
It is the last one of the month.
Yes.
But maybe we can do it next week.
Okay.
We will just take in the calls and we will do it
The draw next week. Okay.
next week, God willing. So yes, the lines are open, folks. What stood out for you? Where do you see yourself in all what we said? You know, don't look at the other person. Look at yourself. What do I need to know? What did I need to know? And what did I hear that can help me improve on myself?
Yes.
Yeah? Because we all need help along the way. So call us at 572-9710.
That's too fast. 572-9710.
All right, we have a call. Just let me get it.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Dr. Phil. Good afternoon, Claire.
Good afternoon.
Lady J.
How are you?
Good afternoon.
How is the health?
Okay, thanks for accepting my call.
Yes. How is the health?
Hello?
How is the health?
How are you feeling today?
I don't hear anything. Hello?
How are you feeling today? Are you hearing
I'm
them?
Okay, yeah, I'm hearing you, Lady J. I'm not hearing them.
Oh,
Well, you'll have to speak up.
Okay, hello? Can you hear me
Speak
now?
up, yeah. Speak up. Go ahead.
Okay. What stood out for me today was like the human beings, like we are wired to need each other.
Yes.
Yeah. But Dr. Phil, I have a question for you. As a counselor, what is your take on the difference between needing somebody or supporting, like needing one another and supporting one another? What is your take on that?
No, I'm not too sure if
Thank
you
you.
can listen to me over here. Needing somebody and
Supporting.
And
Just
Oh,
supporting.
all right. He's
vis-a-vis
hung up, so he will listen after.
vis-a-vis.
Yeah.
right, and you can continue to call us.
Needing.
Needing somebody means that person plays a key role in your life.
Yes.
I need that person, and again, we fulfilling a social need. It's not good for us to be alone. We need people, and just supporting somebody, whether you need them or not. Another human being has a need. You provide that need. For example, in your neighborhood, that person may not be somebody that you want in
a
your
relationship with.
Yes, because of probably the behavior, but the family has a need. They're hungry. The children are hungry. There was a storm. They lose their house. You fulfill that need. So there's a difference.
Yes. So there's a difference.
Yes, continue to call us. We need the 5. Here goes. We need the 5 before the close of the session. So that the first 5 can go into the box and make you eligible for a chance at the 200 smackaroos, according to Lady J. Call us or go to the WhatsApp and send us a note as to how you're enjoying the program, what stood out for you.
Remember, we were speaking about the building blocks. Active listening. Are you a good listener? Do you show empathy, and are you consistent? What statement are you making about yourself? Remember, we said it's like watering a plant.
Yeah. But Legite, do you believe they're hearing us during the program, or just when
Yeah.
the
No,
lines-
he's hearing. He's one. Sylvester is always listening.
Okay.
Yeah. He's always listening. And of course, those of you watching us on Facebook as well, if you wish to call, you can please do that. Let me see. Yeah, and if you have difficulty calling, you can send a message, and I will read the message to Dr. Phil and Clarissa. So you can, don't voice the message, type the message, please. You can also call the direct line, all right? Feel free to call the direct line. It's 572-9710, 572-9710, or the WhatsApp, 2870971.
But,
Yes.
Phil, sometimes we see the lack of these building blocks in somebody else, but we don't see it in ourselves.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's very easy to see a deficiency in somebody else's. Hello? Hold that, Claire. Answer for us, Lady
Go
J,
ahead.
because they cannot hear us.
Go ahead, please. Good morning or good afternoon.
Good morning
Mm-hmm.
or good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon now. Mhm.
Hello.
I'm a first time caller, but kind of shy. But I'm trying. The first block, listening, I had that problem. I don't. But
Okay.
now, I've been trying to listen before I said anything,
That's great.
Yes.
and this is a wonderful program. I always enjoy, but from the beginning, I always listen. But that's the first time I called.
Thank you for calling. I hope
And
you can hear my voice.
Phelan, his wife, doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Say thank you for us, because I don't think they can
Can
hear.
you hear us?
No,
Are you able to hear Dr. Phil?
they can't hear.
No.
us.
I wonder why you're not able to hear. I would like but they're hearing you. Could you give us your name, please? So that name can go into the box. And who knows, you could be the name that comes out and win $200. Yes. That
Can
draw
I
will
send
take
you
place
the
next
WhatsApp?
week. You can send the name, text the name on WhatsApp. No problem. I have the number already. All right.
All right.
Did you have a
All right,
question, or you just wanted to congratulate them on the good work?
I want to congratulate them. And my question was the empathy one. Sometimes because I'm married, I talk to my husband about something, and sometimes he don't. Just as though he don't listen. Not quite listen, but sometimes he listen, but don't give no response. So I feel sometimes very frustrated sometimes. Because sometimes you looking for some answers, and then the answer is not coming. I have that problem with communication.
I wish I could
With communicate.
get through to them, but
Okay,
not
so,
hearing.
all right. So when you hang up, he will respond to you so you can hear. Okay?
No problem.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. All right, then.
You're welcome.
Okay. So
there we go.
Yes.
Quite a number of women who have seen me, and otherwise, they complain that my spouse, the male, does not listen. What is happening is he does not give them feedback to indicate that he's internalizing what they're trying to say. What you probably would think of doing in some cases is to make sure that you engage him when he's not engaged in his football or cricket or tennis. And you let him know that I would like to speak with you about something very important. Can you give me a time? Make sure you
But
get
should
him.
you the fact that he it seemed to be something that's recurring,
Yes.
so would it be wise to ask him for feedback? I would really appreciate a response.
Yes.
But the way you deliver the communication is important.
That's right.
The delivery is important in terms of speaking with humility and respect.
Right. So remember, men thrive on respect. Okay?
I cherish your opinion on this matter.
That's right.
There may be a difference in the choice of words
Good.
in relaying the request. I would like to speak with you about something, and I would really appreciate hearing what you have to say about it. It would mean the world to me, something like that.
And when communicating, watch the you causing me to feel so, you causing me. No, I feel so when you say that. It makes me uncomfortable.
Using the I statement.
Yes, the blaming statement, you made me curse, you had me to think that way. So if you continue to listen to the healing process, we are trying our best to equip you with the tools
yes.
that you'd have to pay lots of money to acquire, or pay lots of money to acquire.
Okay, this person says, Dr. Phil and Claire, good afternoon. I'm listening to the program. What stood out to me, I must continue watering the garden on someone attitude.
Yes.
Yes. And not just pouring in a bucket of water. Little drops of empathy at a time.
When the leaves are yellowing, especially the citrus, they're telling you, I need a little nitrogen. Yeah.
Yeah, so we see people and we don't look at them in a negative light at the first instance.
Yeah.
But we think there must be a problem. There must be a reason why this person is not speaking. There must be a reason, for that person responding in that matter, in that way. There must be a reason behind it.
Yes.
And that's why we all need each other.
And Claire, we are quite aware that in our country we hear people communicate. We listen to them during counseling sessions. They don't do too well. Even in the counseling session, they attempt, and that's good. The counselor would sit there and he'd listen to them communicate with each other, and it's usually a blame dance.
Because we don't know, some of us.
Yes, we lack knowledge.
We lack knowledge. Nobody taught us. But if you can learn today and start the change,
it's never too late.
It's never too late, no matter how old you are, no matter what your age is.
Folks, don't forget we're listening. We're waiting for your calls. We need 3 more. 572-9710. We can do it 40, but first.
I hope Mr. Sylvester got the answer.
Yes.
Explain the difference between needing somebody and supporting.
Right.
Because I can support anybody. Sometimes we meet people, they ask for money for something. We just give them. We don't even know them.
Right.
So we just decide to support.
Yeah, the Salvation Army, we know they're doing a good job with the monies. They help the people in the city. They gather clothes and stuff like that. And mind you, don't give them bad stuff. So we know that they fulfill needs. And sometimes we don't know the person asking, but we know they're from the Salvation Army. We fulfill that need. But in a relationship, that's a different kettle altogether.
So yes, let's remind our listeners that kindness is like watering a plant.
Yes.
Think of trust like a plant in your garden. You don't grow a healthy plant by pouring a bucket. I like that. Pouring a bucket of water in it. Sometimes we pour too much water in the plants.
Especially if it's a sweet sub-tree, you'll kill it. They don't like too much water in the roots.
And then we forget about it for like a few days. We figure, you know what? I don't have time to water this plant every other day or whatever. So I'm just going to pour a whole set of water in that. And it's the same for relationships. Just say, okay, I did that big thing for you, so don't expect anything more. I'm busy, I don't have time. So
there we go.
We deal with each other just like we deal with the plants. But that's not being consistent, and that can seriously erode the relationship.
The plant is a good analogy, because if you don't take care of it, it will die.
So you water it a little at a time, day after day. And small acts is equal to daily watering, like saying thank you, checking in, keeping the promises. And these are like drops of water. They may seem small. Yeah, a little drop of water may seem small.
Yes.
It goes a long way because it will keep the relationship alive and growing.
Folks, don't forget the time is speeding
Almost there.
by, almost gone. 572-9710 or 287-0971. We need 3 more to go into the box.
Mm-hmm.
That person, remember, the draw is next week. That person, and even if you don't want the money, that would be so sweet of you to tell us who we can give it to. Somebody maybe in need. That would be very, very generous of you. So please call, not just for yourself.
So you may not need the money, but you would like to, if you win it and you want to support somebody by donating it.
Yes, that would be tremendous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were speaking about the building blocks of connection.
Yep.
Yeah? So we had 3 blocks for you, not many. Active listening. And we said active listening for a reason.
Again, a big hearing, most people, but I hear him. Hearing is automatic. Active listening is a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And you can learn to be an active listener.
And when you're listening, you actively listening or you listen actively, whichever way you want to say it, it means that there's something coming. It's not just active listening, full stop.
So Kina is on, and she says, just wanted to send some love to Dr. Phil and Clarissa.
Thank you.
Great topic as usual. Thank you both for creating space for us to look within ourselves and grow into better versions of who we are. My takeaway today, kindness is like watering a plant. I really love that analogy because if you don't nurture it, it will eventually die. I don't want my name put in a pot. No, Kina, we wouldn't put it.
No.
All right.
Thank you so much, Kina.
Now, look at the connection here. We have a plant that she gave to the ministry, and it was not being cared for at the level. It almost dried up. And within 2 days of rolling it out of the container and give it a little love, a little urea, she was so happy to see the plant. There we go.
That's true.
So this is something you can keep in your mind. The plant will bear fruit that you will enjoy. The plant doesn't eat its fruit. Somebody else enjoys the fruit. In the same way that when you invest in people, when you connect with people, when you take care of people, the fruit you'll enjoy it. You'll be proud of yourself.
That's right.
All right?
I'm Virginia. Go ahead, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, Dr. Phil. I just want you to know that the program is always very, very good information, and I hope everyone is keep watering the plants.
Yes.
Listening is so important. You know, sometimes we need to listen before we comment, and without listening, it just takes away so much. So thank you for just giving us that knowledge every week, every different lesson. And I just want to let you know how much I appreciate the show, and I appreciate you and Miss Clarissa, your wife.
Thank you.
And I hope you can hear me because I can't hear you.
Okay.
Now this is very troubling for me. I would love to interact with callers.
So we were hearing you, but apparently...
this is overseas, huh? She's overseas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for calling every week. We appreciate your consistency.
Yes.
We are building a bond there right now because
Yeah.
she's very consistent, and Mr. Sylvester too.
Yes.
Very consistent in calling. So folks, this has been the healing process with my husband, Dr. Phil, and myself, reminding you that healing begins with hope. So stay strong, stay united, and keep walking in healing. If you need counseling support, especially if you are someone who has experienced some form of abuse and you would really need someone to speak to help you along the journey, You can call us or send us a WhatsApp message at 730-9009, or you can email us at thehealingprocess2021@gmail.com. 730-9009 or thehealingprocess2021@gmail.com. We're here to walk with you on your healing journey. Until next time, God bless you, and God bless our beautiful country, St. Lucia, and the world, of course.
Don't forget, it's our joy, our privilege to be with you. We love you. Try your best to have a good day.
Yes.
Bye-bye for now.